Thank you for the introduction. I'm truly honored to be given this opportunity to speak today, and very humble in the company I'm keeping, and also the mothers of Srebrenica and the families of the victims. It was dark days in Bosnia in the 90s, and I spent a number of years witnessing the suffering. It takes me back to the dark days being here. The mental and the physical scars are really still with me. And I've covered wars now for like 40 years, and I've seen the reality and the brutality of what man can do to their fellow humans. But Bosnia was a place I didn't know much about before the war. And it was strange in a different kind of way, because here it seemed that people were living a good life. They were educated. They seemed fairly happy before the war. It was Europe after all. The connection I have with Bosnia is that I spent 4 years covering the war, a lot of the time in Sarajevo, but around the country, and only 1 month in Srebrenica, but that month has stayed with me ever since. It was so depressing and overwhelming in many, many ways. I witnessed and endured the suffering of the people, the lack of food, the basic medicines, little shelter, the loss of basic dignity that we in the West take so for granted. I can never forget the scenes of devastation
Nikada
when I
neću
first
zaboraviti
arrived,
prizore
people
razaranja
waving
i
branches to me, which I later found out
ljudi
was
su mi
the way
mahali
they grind them down for food.
grančicama
It
koje
was
su
appalling
kasnije
the way they were
saznati
living.
njima
I can
mahali
never forget
kako
how
bi im se dostavila
lines of people were
hrana
walking through the snow with
iz
what few
zraka
possessions they
i
could
kolone
take.
ljudi
Coming into
snijegu
Srebrenica, which was well overcrowded,
traže
and living
bilo šta.
in freezing conditions on the
Srebrenica je
street.
bila prenapučena u
I
hladnim
cannot forget
uslovima,
the
su
daily
živjeli
scenes of
zimi
death
na ulicama.
and
Ne mogu
injury,
zaboraviti te prikoze
almost
smrti
always
ni
of
ranjavanja,
innocent people.
gotovo uvijek su to
Seeing the
bili
lifeless
nevini
bodies
ljudi.
of innocent
Ona
children killed
beživotna tijela
for no
djece
understandable reason
ubijenih
is something that my
bez
memory can never
ikakvog
ever shake.
razumljivog razloga i to je
Nor
nešto
the feelings
što mi
of
se nikada
repugnance
neće izbrisati iz
for the
sjećanja.
perpetrators
Isto
of such
tako
acts.
nikada neće nestati ni onaj osjećaj gađenja
I can
prema
never ever
počiniocima
get them
takvih
out of my
zločina.
head.
To je nešto što ne mogu
In the
izbaciti
West,
iz glave.
on Western TV, we
Na
can't show
zapadu,
the
na
realities, the
televizijama,
stark,
mi ne možemo
brutal
prikazati
realities of
onu
what war is.
brutalnu
We
realnost
sanitize what we show the
rata.
West, but the people in
Mi
Bosnia, people in
ublažavamo
Srebrenica,
stvarnost
the
onoga
people
što
in
ljudi
other
gledaju na
conflicts
televiziji,
know
ali oni
all
koji
too
su
well
preživjeli rat u
what war
Bosni, u
is,
Srebrenici,
what shells
jako dobro
do to
znaju
people,
šta je rat,
mentally
šta vam
and
geler
physically.
može učiniti, bilo mentalno,
We
bilo
make it so
fizički.
people can watch the conflict of wherever as they have their
Sve
evening
to
meal
ublažavamo
and then go
kako bi
about
ljudi
their
na
normal
vijestima
business.
mogli gledati
But war
sukobe
is
dok
not like that.
večeraju i
War is
nastaviti
ugly.
sa svojim
War is
redovnim
horrible.
poslovima, ali to nije rat.
I
Rat
saw
je
it every
užas,
single day in Srebrenica.
rat je
The
gadan.
shells were every day,
Svaki
the
dan
wounded
sam
were every day.
tome
I
svjedočio u
saw how bodies
Srebrenici,
were cut to pieces by pieces of
granatiranjima,
metal,
raskomadana
traveling
tijela,
at the speed of sound. I watched and
krike
heard screams. I saw people
koje sam i
taking
gledao i
their
slušao.
last gasps of breath.
Svjedočio sam
And I was
posljednjim
emotionally overwhelmed, but I had to do my job.
uzdasima ljudi.
To an outside
Bilo mi je
world
izuzetno teško, ali
didn't
sam morao
understand what was
raditi
happening and probably
svoj
didn't
posao,
care either.
snimati kako bi svijet to
Maybe we
vidio,
all
svijet
should
koji
see the
vjerovatno
true
nije bilo ni
reality
briga.
of what war is,
Nekada
how
razmišljam da
brutal
možda
and
svi
horrible
trebamo
and disgusting
svjedočiti
it is, and then start to
realnosti
question
ratova,
how
njegovoj
we view it.
užasima i odvratnosti, pa onda
remember lots of bad
razmišljati
images.
o našim
also
stavovima
remember
o
the
ratovu.
incredible
Puno
will to survive
slika mi je ostalo u
against the
glavi, a
odds.
jednako tako
The
pamtim
bravery
i
of some
nevjerovatnu
simple
volju
people
za
who were not
opstankom
trained soldiers, never
običnih
used to
ljudi.
conflict,
Pamtim te
didn't
obične
want to
ljude
kill, didn't
koji
want to be
nisu bili
killed,
obučeni
but wanted
vojnici,
to
koji
live a
nisu
normal
željeli
life.
ni da ubijaju, ni
Remember
da budu ubijeni,
how
koji su
brave
željeli
men
samo
rushed out
normalan
into the
život.
field when
Pamtim
shells were
te
still
hrabre
falling
ljude
and
koji su
carried
me,
me to
dok su
safety.
nas zasipali granate,
Nedžad Mujkanović,
nosili
the
na
doctor,
sigurno
a legend
mjesto.
who saved my leg,
Pamtim Nedrata Mujkanovića, doktora, legendu, čovjeka koji mi je spasio nogu, koji mi je postao dobar prijatelj. Pamtim njega, pamtim one koji su mi pružili utočište, koji su sa mnom podijelili ono malo što su imali. Ja sam u Srebrenici smršao 9 kilograma, što je ništa naspram onih drugih, jer sam znao da ću ja uvijek moći otići nazad svojoj kući. Ali za mnoge je Srebrenica bila njihov jedini dom. Također, bilo mi je nevjerovatno kako ta visokomoralna međunarodna zajednica može njeno posmatrati ono što se dešava, kako se pravda radi političkih razloga žrtvuje. I tome svjedočimo i drugdje sada u svijetu, u Palestini, Sudanu i drugdje. Ali isto tako razumijem da su ovi duhovi Srebrenice proganjali dugo vremena. Ne mogu ni zamisliti kako je onima koji su izgubili članove porodice, domove, izgubili vjeru u čovječanstvo, izgubili vjeru u svoje nekadašnje susjede. Mislim da je važno da pamtimo što se dešavalo u Srebrenici, kako god to nazivali, jer se to jeste i desilo. To bi trebalo da nam bude lekcija da blagovremeno djelujemo, da odgovorimo na agresiju, a ne da okrećemo glavu i da ne čekamo dok prevelik broj žrtava bude zahtijevao djelovanje. Dakle, što ranije, to bolje. Da smo to na vrijeme uradili u Srebrenici, više ljudi bi preživjelo. Ovdje je pitanje kako da zauzmemo ispravan moralni stav, da učinimo ono što je ispravno i dobro. Nažalost, vjerujem da tu lekciju još nismo naučili.